Hey guys, and welcome to episode 1 of my F1 2017 career mode. Finally, it's here. So, I actually received this game yesterday, but I only could have made a career mode today, so it's pretty unfortunate because of that. But yeah, I was really excited when I got the game, and as you guys know, I'm gonna go with Sauber, as you can see right there. So I actually received this game when I was out, so I had to go and get the game, but I couldn't play it because when I actually arrived at home it was really late, and then you could practice a bit. So yeah, so as you guys know, I actually transferred all my information from the other game, and yeah, so I think it's gonna be a cutscene right now where we meet with our agent. So as you can see guys, I actually lowered my difficulty because that actually was a bit too difficult for me. So guys, enjoy this cutscene.
Yes, and I respect that. But my client has a championship to contest. So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, there's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
So as you guys saw there, we talked with our agent, and Emma from last year, she looks still the same. She actually has an office now, which is good to see. And as you can see now, everything has changed really, even the place where we are. Actually, there's some fruits there which look incredible. But now we go on the laptop for the first time in this game, and we see our overview, vehicle management as well, a new feature in this game. As in real life, you need to, you can only use up to 4 before getting penalties of each engine power unit. We might use some of the 5th ones or more when we qualify last. These are tutorials, don't need to see them. Maybe if you guys want to see them, you can comment down below. Anyway guys, I think we are going to go into the first practice session.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. So Anthony, lots to do of course in these sessions, lots of programs to run. What are you looking for when you jump in the car for free practice?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. You know, is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
So guys, as we saw there now, the pre-race discussions from the commentators, and we are in our garage now, ready to go in our first practice session. I think the first one is going to be the track acclimatization, like each year, and the looking right and left is pretty smooth this year. And now we're going to start with the track acclimatization. Gonna go out on the soft tires. It's pretty similar to last year. We had this last year as well. And yes, and we're gonna have a look too for the Sauber car as well, which looks pretty nice, I have to say. And by the way, guys, comment down below which is your favorite camera angle, because I don't have a special one. Maybe the T-cam in real life, not this one but the other one. I quite like this one too because it gives you a good angle of where your car is going and stuff. So yeah, this one I like as well because it looks pretty realistic, but on the Sauber it doesn't look that realistic, so I don't think I'm gonna use it too much. So as we're gonna end now our first test, we have purple, absolutely smashed through it, and now this is, I think, the tire management test. I'm not sure about it, but as we now come into the final few corners, we will know. On these super soft tires now we are, and yeah, this is the tire management, which I have to say, guys, it's a big improvement of last year for those who are control users like me. Last year, we all know it was pretty difficult for control users to run this test cleanly, but no, this year is pretty easy, I can say. And if you take the corners calmly, it's pretty easy, I should say. But let's talk about the handling now, guys. For those who are going to buy the game, it's a huge improvement to last year, I have to say. It's literally the most grippiest one I've ever played. As we get now a purple in the tire management. Now it's the fuel one, I think, which is a new one this year, which I have to say it's pretty difficult. I tried it once and failed, but yeah, then I managed to make a green one, which is also pretty difficult to do. I only managed to make it just in time, and I'm going to let you guys listen to the engine for this lap. So, enjoy the game sound. As you guys can see here, as we crossed the line. We did not make it most of the time, but then I managed to make another run and got green. So this guy's situation I'm looking at now is the qualifying test. I always forget these names. Qualifying pace program, okay. As you can see, you try to go as fast as you can, trying to beat your competitor's time, and yeah, it was a pretty good lap in my opinion. Not the best. I was only new to this game. I had a couple of practice, but yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to hear the game as well. So enjoy. As we go now to the last corner, it's on the straight now. Did we get? Yes, we got purple. Pretty decent lap time. I think we got 17 there.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session
And now we had
Here
to
are your
end
top
that
three.
session
Vettel,
because I
Raikkonen,
couldn't have
and
time
Valtteri Bottas.
for another session.
That's it for practice
Became
then. We'll
17th,
see you again
well
soon.
obviously because other people were on softs. But it was a pretty decent lap, and there is another cutscene coming up with Chris.
Ah, you got my message. Perfect. Welcome to Home Away from Home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end, sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
So as you guys saw there, this is an introduction to Resource Points. We met with Chris, our I guess factory person. He researches new parts and improve the car. So as you can see, we are very bad in our chassis. So as I saw that, I actually was really shocked how bad it was. Anyway, this is our power unit. It's not doing too well, to be honest. Sauber is not the most efficient one I see. Not so reliable. Already 13% worn, so probably need to change it in the next few races. But now, as we go to the R&D tree, we can see so many improvements, just like last year, but a lot more, like 100 more, something like that. There's like 144, I think. As now we can see, the chassis look at where Sauber is. It's in the bottom. And yeah, that's the durability section. And this the power unit with Sauber is not too good as well on, but not as bad as McLaren Honda, at least. So as you guys thought, we are going to upgrade the chassis. That's where we really need to develop. And as I drove the car, I felt it really understeer. So that is a real knockdown for some tracks like, well, most of the tracks are cornering. So as you can see, guys, we upgraded that. 1000 resource points, we have 1400 more. So we decided to go and upgrade the body, I think. Not sure. I was thinking about doing the powertrain as well, but then I went with the front wing main plane upgrade, another 1000 resource points. And that was it for resource points, as we now head to the last practice session of the day to make our last one that we did not make in the earlier practice session, which is the strategy test. And as we get purple in it as well, more resource points for us as we let Paris through there. Yeah, I guess that was it for the session. We're going to now go to qualifying, so that maybe we can qualify in a solid position.
Over the line, your top three again are Raikkonen, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So as you guys saw there, we've got a new driver rivals, which is our teammate Pascal Wehrlein. Just the same animation as last year. And we have a call from our agent.
Just letting you know that we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
So yeah, just like normal, we just got a call, our expectations and stuff. So then I decided, with the amount of points I had, to upgrade the efficiency of the parts so that they won't fail. And let's hope it will come to use, because we are going to need these chassis update. I always say chassis for some reason, but anyway, that was an instant upgrade. The other two upgrades I did are going to come in Bahrain 2 weeks from now, so yeah, we're gonna have to do some waiting before we actually get them. So now let's go to the qualifying session.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
So guys, as we now start our flying lap, there was another cutscene from the qualifying session. Fortunately guys, as you probably know, I skipped the F1 intro because I don't want to get my videos copyrighted. Not because only because of monetization, but actually because they could actually ban me from YouTube. So as we know, in the qualifying session, this was a pretty decent lap in my opinion. Pretty clean lap, pretty overall. I think was pretty cool, pretty good. And as we know, going to final few turns, brake hard. I actually changed the setup for my car. I actually went for rear to make more weight on the rear. So as we're not going to straight now, will we be in good position? We're P5 for now, actually P6. But as the session went on, we kept going down and down. And yeah, we're in pretty good position. I'm in P14 as we still keep going down. I think we're in P17 now. So it's pretty good for our team. We're probably going down to P18 now after Sainz make his lap. And we are, I think, going to be in P18. Oh no, wait, what?
Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting
we actually went down.
Make sure to join us again for
That's strange. We actually were in front, but then after the session ended, it's like everyone made their laps. Pretty strange. And that is definitely my fault. Sorry about that, guys. If you wanted a pretty good lap, only went for a pretty average one. But we at least beat our teammate, which is our main one, and we actually get our position we wanted. So we're now going to go to the race. Let's hope we get a good race. We're leading the rivalry, as you guys saw there. Impressed some few teams. As you can see, Haas are pretty impressed. And now we have a voicemail.
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
So, as our race goes, we need to beat Pascal Wehrlein and finish in P19, which I think is pretty easy. So, let's go to the race now.
It's out with the old. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Massa, Stroll, Grosjean, and Sergio Perez. Ocon, Palmer, Daniel Kvyat, and Sainz, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel van Dorn. As Sauber and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So as you guys probably noticed there, I actually skipped most of the cutscenes. I actually didn't know by skipping it you were gonna skip the whole thing, so I apologize, guys. I did not show the part where you could show. I'm really sorry. I'll try to do so next time. But now we're gonna edit our setup. We have some really good data because of the test we did, and now as you can see with this strategy, we are 2/10 up for some reason. They're pretty useful, those 2/10, I have to say. But yeah, I decided to go with that setup, and starting on super softs, then pitting on ultra softs on lap 8. Decided to go low on fuel as well, and I actually realized in the race that the Sauber is not the best at fuel saving. I actually was in standard and I was losing fuel, so I'll keep it in mind in the Vex race. So as you can see, this is the formation lap, just like last year, introducing last year. And yeah, just behind Van Dorn and just in front our teammate Pascal Wehrlein. So as we now reform on the grid, it's going to be a race start. It's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights. Hold the clutch in, it's lights out, and away we go. We're a pretty poor start compared to the other guys. Our teammate actually passes both of us as we're going to turn 1 now. Trying to go around the other side, it's not gonna work. And now we're actually gonna get jumped by Van Dorn. We were down to last place, even though we are on the harder compound of tires. Trying to dive down the inside, trying to go down the inside of our teammate. Doesn't quite work out. But now we're gonna jump again by Van Dorn, trying to go down the inside. He actually puts us wide as we go side to side. We are actually losing a lot to the group in front, but I think we got the move done as we try to continue to reach the other pack. I think by making it in rich, we should be able to. Alonso's looking really slow in his McLaren Honda. Look at the slipstream of Alonso's car. Driving down the inside, very scary place to do so. We almost lose the rear and almost crash out. So this is a really good part to use the slipstream again. Will we dive it down the inside? We try, but oh, we actually lose the space. And we're actually gonna have the inside for the next corner. Pretty easy move, in my opinion. So now I know why all the YouTubers who use McLaren Honda in their career, why they're always talking about low straight line speed. So as we go now into lap 3, we're getting closer to our teammate, which is our main rival for now. As we can see now, that's our engine units doing pretty well for now. But as we go now the inside, we actually brake, then release the brakes, and we actually make the move on Wehrlein. Pretty easy move, as now we have Hulkenberg in front of us, who is on the same setup as we are. As we now skip all the way to lap 6, as people start to make their pit stops, and our tires start to get a bit of wear. We aren't able to catch the car in front, but now everyone starts making the pit stop. There's Hamilton behind us. We're not gonna let him through. We're still fighting for position. It's yellow flags now. What happened? Is that Lewis Hamilton out of the race? It is, and Lewis Hamilton is out of this race. He must have had a failure, as you can see now on the replay. He just pulls out. Must have had a failure. Very, very strange when the AI do that. I really wish that I have a failure just to know how it looks, you know, how it feels, what happens. The car, do you like get told to, you know, go in a safe place? Do you just retire like last year? Which was very boring, to be honest. Now we see Sebastian Vettel going down the inside. We try to hold it around the outside. He actually raises his hand. He was pretty angry with us to actually say, let's keep behind him. Maybe use our slipstream, you know, to try and advance on the other guys. We actually get really close to him as he closes his DRS flap, but now, you know, he's too quick. and we're not gonna see him for the next couple of laps. Or are we? No, he's probably doing this because he's on cold tires. But now it's our time to come in lap 8, turning on our pit limiter. Let's hope we have a good stop from our crew.
Exit now.
So as you guys saw there, pretty decent pit stop. I can't quite see what's the time. I think it's like a 2.7, I guess. If you now exit the pit stop, we release our pit stop limiter. Pretty cool feature this year as well. And now Lance Stroll's out of the race. We can see him pulling inside there. As we now go into the replay, it was pretty strange. I couldn't actually go on his car. I could only go on the others around him, so pretty strange. But I think he had an engine failure. I think because I saw some dust, or maybe it's just the dust he kicked up when he went off track. As you guys see him there, going off track. Yeah, he's just kicking some dust when he went off track. If you guys wondered, here's the cars. This is me. I hope you guys like my helmet, by the way. I might change it up. I might change the colors. I think I changed it just after recording this video. Changed the red to black. You will see it in the You will see it in the next episode, which should be coming tomorrow, guys. But now as we go to lap 15 now, the last lap of this race, there wasn't actually any action after that. P14, Valtteri Bottas wins the race. Congratulations to him. But as we look now, looking at our MGUH, 32%, pretty worn out if you ask me. So that means in the next race it's going to be like 60. Pretty dangerous. So we'll probably make one more race with it, then we'll switch it so that we can only use it in practice. But as we go now into the last few corners, we're going to cross the line in a pretty good P14 for our team, Sauber.
Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Valtteri Bottas takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Kevin Magnussen. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And now let's take a look at the Constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So guys, as you saw there, that was the end of the race. Valtteri Bottas wins the race, then Ricciardo was in third, pretty good for his home race. But we are getting better in our reputation, and in the future we can actually maybe get some first place maybe. Now let's see this cutscene.
Indeed it is. And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my cars, per se. It's a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing than myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral G's, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. And that's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. I'll see you at the track.
Now, I'd just like to step into my office. I'd like to go over those contract provisions we discussed on the phone.
So as the guy saw there, he offered us to go drive, and we're gonna do so in this episode. So I am actually going to end this episode here. Well, I'm going to stop talking so you guys can hear the beauty of the V10s, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really a classic guy. I only just started to watch F1.
It's time for a well-deserved rest from the championship for a classic exhibition event today. It's winner takes all, so who will emerge on top in this unique challenge?
So hey guys, I only started watching seriously F1 from like 3 years ago, so yeah. But now I'm going to stop talking now till the end of this episode. So if you like this video, leave a like, I really appreciate it, and subscribe for more F1 videos. Expect the next episode to come out tomorrow, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bye.